Merry Christmas, Happy Advent.
And good morning.
And good morning. My name is Frank Murphy.
I'm Becca James, the girl with two first names.
And we are delighted to be back again at the Karns Community's Christmas Parade, put on by the Karns Community Fair. We are along Oak Ridge Highway in Karns. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Yesterday was St. Nicholas Day.
Yep.
So we're getting closer and closer to Christmas.
We are, and we're definitely getting in the festive spirit today.
Lots of Christmas parades all over East Tennessee this time of year. There were two last night, and you rode in the downtown Knoxville parade.
Yes, I rode in the Knoxville Area Transit Electric Bus. The UT Elf was with us. It was a super fun time. My family got to join us, and we are just getting in the spirit this weekend.
And then, so this is your second parade. My first for the year is today right here now, but I have another one this afternoon in the Rocky Hill community.
I was about to guess that.
Where I'll be announcing that one. Well, first of all, the parade has, I guess, left Ingalls down about a little less than a mile from where we are. And we're going to have a great parade with great sponsors this year. We're so thankful that Ingalls Market on Oak Ridge Highway is welcoming to all of the parade participants. It's where they kind of line up and get organized.
Yeah, and it definitely is a packed parking lot. So I hear we've had a really great turnout. So there's going to be a lot of floats, a lot of parades, a lot of parades.
Yeah.
A lot of marching bands. We've got all of the cheerleaders and the dance troops, and those are always some of my favorite things to watch during a parade. What about you?
Well, I guess the sponsors really is the most important thing at this moment.
That's fair, because none of this is possible without the sponsors. So let's go ahead and thank them. Besides Ingalls, we are sitting here at Mike Grimes' Goosehead Insurance office. So thank him very much for being such a gracious host for us.
We are totally using his electricity, his Keurig machine, his Wi-Fi,
his amenities,
all of the business. Yeah, so thank you, Mike, for that. AZ Rag Installation and Print Services is a sponsor of the Karns Christmas Parade this year.
And of course, none of the live stream would be possible without the Karns High AV production department. So Chris Wade and his team, they do such a tremendous job.
It's part of the career and technical education that they have. The Karns High School and all of the high schools really in Knox County are becoming part of the 865 academies. So some of them are literally changing their names to add academy into it. But that started, with Hardin Valley Academy and L&N STEM Academy, and now more and more of those. And Karns now part of the 865 academies, and their AV production department has beautiful equipment. I have worked professional gigs, non-high school gigs. You know what I mean? Like we actually commercial gigs, I guess is what I'm talking about, where they have equipment that is not as nice as this. There they are, right there.
Yep.
We got the Austins, and we've got Mr. Wade. That's Lexi, and
and Logan.
Lexi and Logan are there with Chris Wade working for us today. We appreciate that. Also, speaking of the Knox County Sheriff's Department, I hear them, and that's why I'm speaking of them. I hear the sirens. Knox County Sheriff's Department, also the Karns Church of Christ and Beaver Ridge United Methodist Church have all been helpful with their facilities. And the Karns Fair Board is the one who really organizes this. And we'll say a special shout out to Logan and Lexi's dad, Charlie Austin. And they, of course, had a tough week as the former Mr. Karns, Charles Sr., passed away. He'd been fighting cancer for years and succumbed just before the parade. But they said they were fortunate that they got the police escort to the cemetery, even though it's not normally allowed in Oak Ridge. They managed to get one, work it out. So Charles got his parade yesterday on the way to the burial, and he insisted.
Yeah, he insisted that the family still come out today. It was very important to him.
Do not miss the parade. We want to make sure that the parade must go on, said Charles.
Yeah.
And you remember we hosted the Karns Fairs to the Pair.
Crowned him.
Yeah. Mr. Karns.
Yes, we did.
That was, I guess, just not this past July, but the year before, so a year and a half ago.
Yeah. And then, of course, you are watching this on the Karns Network on YouTube, so we've got to show our appreciation to the Karns Network, who helps this happen as well.
There's a great turnout, not only along Oak Ridge Highway. Now, this is your fourth year, my fifth year doing this parade.
Is it my fourth or my third?
Well, I counted it out.
Maybe I'm just losing track.
If you want to, you can do it your own math, but if you want, you can trust that I've already done the math. Look at that, there's a nice helicopter doing a flyover. Is that Knox County Sheriff, maybe? But I've counted it out, because this started, as you can imagine, in 2020 during the lockdown. So I came out and did the parade that year, and then you have been now with me for 21, 22, 23, and 24.
Right.
It's one of those things.
I mean, time flies.
Well, it's one of those things with cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers that people don't realize, because when we're born, we're born at year 0, and we turn 1 a year later when we're 1. But in other events like this, when you have your first one in year 0, you already start with the 1.
Yes.
So even though it's only been 4 years since I've started doing this, it's 5 parades. For you, it's been For you, it's been 3 years.
I don't think I've had enough coffee this morning, and you're speaking very intelligently, Frank.
I'm just telling you that we just recently wrapped the 2025 season of Tennessee Scholars Bowl, so I still have all of that.
So that was a Scholars Bowl question,
well,
or something similar.
It gets into that because it was the 40. We've done, Scholars Bowl will turn 40 years old, but we just recorded the 41st season. And I got into it with these people because last year they put on the T-shirts the 40th anniversary. I'm like, no, the 40th season was in the 39th anniversary, and so on and so on. It's one of those things. It just drives people crazy. Someday I'll tell you the story about how I got the folks at Boomsday so mad at me when I counted the Boomsdays and showed them that they had missed the 25th Boomsday. They thought it was the 25th. I'm like, nope, it's the 26th. You should count.
Maybe we should talk about that in our next podcast.
Well, you're coming over to do a podcast soon, right? I think you are.
Yeah, we're going to
record one next week.
Next week.
Good. Well, the parade on TV looks closer than it looks in real life. They've zoomed in a little bit for us on the camera, but we can see that the Knox County Sheriff's Department and the Karns Volunteer Fire Department are lined up. Also, the Tennessee Highway Patrol is with them. And that's something to keep in mind when you talk about the Karns Community Volunteer Fire Department. You know, when we're outside the city limits, Knoxville City obviously has its own, as you're well aware, has its own services and facilities. But when you're out in the county, like where I live, for example, it's just, I'm in Karns, but not in the Karns Fire Department. I'm like just over the line, so I have to subscribe to Rural Metro Fire Department.
Okay.
And you definitely want to pay that. We knew somebody who had a small house fire, and they weren't a member of
I've heard
Rural
stories.
Metro, and then they get the bill, and like, oh, no, you pay your dues, you pay your membership, so that
it's like insurance. You just pay it and hope you never need it.
Exactly. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's similar in the Karns community. You want to make sure that you support the Karns Volunteer Fire Department because believe me, they will be there to support you when you need it. So take care of them when you don't. That's good stuff. Well, I think we're going to also, I've got the wireless mic, so when our Grand Marshal, for example, and our Grand Marshal this year is Chuck O'Donnell. I almost called him Charlie because, well, you know why? Because Charlie O'Donnell used to be the announcer on the Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
Years ago. That's an old...
I don't recall that, Frank, but...
You were probably a baby.
I'm not trying to call you out, Frank.
No, I mean, I'm just saying it was at one point in time, I believe whoever was the original host of... I feel like Chuck Woolery or somebody would say, may he rest in peace, would say, and now let's go to Charlie O'Donnell for the announcement. But anyway, this is Chuck O'Donnell.
It amazes me what you can remember.
I can't help it. Lieutenant Colonel Chuck O'Donnell, who's involved in the ROTC, the Air Force Junior ROTC at Karns High School.
Yeah, and he just retired.
So he's the Grand Marshal of the Karns Christmas Parade this year, and we'll meet up with him in just a little bit. We have other folks that we're expecting in the parade today. We have, of course, our Fairest of the Fair we're expecting, several businesses in the Karns community, other first responders and services, the Karns High School Band. Anybody else you see on the list that's jumping out at you?
Yeah, we're going to have the Summer Night Cruiser, so they usually have really cool cars. It's kind of a running joke for Frank and I, but, last year's parade saw a lot of Grinches. So, if you want to follow along at home, maybe make a drinking game for hot cocoa. Take a sip of your hot cocoa or coffee every time you see a Grinch in the parade.
Yeah. My rule, most parades have a rule that you can't dress as Santa Claus in the parade because
you have to have
the one true Santa Claus, of course, is at the end of the parade
None
when
of
you
his
have
helpers.
a Christmas parade. But there's no such rule on Grinches, so people can dress up as the Grinch as many times as they want, and it gets kind of crazy in my opinion because I think I'm of the one Santa, one Grinch rule.
Oh, okay. So maybe you're going to have to talk to all the parade to get that to pass.
I think I might have to extend that to one Cindy Lou Who.
Who? What?
Yeah, exactly. You can have other Who's. We can have a whole Whoville of Who's.
So you want them to coordinate, is what you're saying?
I think we should have that. All right, and now the parade has reached our booth here with the Knox County Sheriff's Department on motorcycles. And they look fantastic.
They do. As always, we appreciate their service.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Somebody shouted that right into the microphone hitting the mailbox.
They just hit their mark.
We've got a microphone stashed in the mailbox here in front of Rick Grimes, Goosehead Insurance. And also, in addition to Knox County Sheriff's, it looks like we have several Knox County Sheriff's vehicles, including some of the fancy ones.
I know, they
These
look
are
nice.
the show-off cars. I think they bring those, for the... what is? They still do DARE, right? The drug abuse resistance education. Is that still a thing?
I hope so. I mean, I still remember that from when I was a kid.
Well, I put that on Scholars Bowl as a question. I put up the DARE logo, and I got some blank stares.
Oh, no.
I wonder if they've changed it.
In fact, there's the Knox County Sheriff car right now with the DARE logo on it.
Okay, so it's still active. Okay, good. And then another fancy-looking orange one. That must be like a recruiting car.
Yeah, it says join kcso.com. So
oh, fantastic.
If you are called to serve, they are hiring.
That is a tough job, but one the community certainly appreciates and needs. And now Bernie Lyon, he's running. He must be running for office because I don't think he's the current Knox County Sheriff, is he? Karns Fire Department is here.
Yep, they brought out several vehicles this year.
Thank you for the honk. I didn't even have to do the symbol when you come pull up alongside a trucker and you make the honking symbol.
Oh yes, that's still quite a popular thing amongst kids.
I think what I'm going to do, though, as soon as the Air Force Junior ROTC gets here, I'll let you read the description, and I'll run over with the microphone and talk to Lieutenant Colonel O'Donnell.
That sounds great.
It's a good thing nobody in Karns has a fire right now, because I think every vehicle is here in the parade.
I'm fairly certain if they had to, they would break the parade lines and go help.
That's true. That's one good reason why they're at the front, because if they, in the case of emergency, they could just leave.
All right. Coming up now is the Karns High School Air Force Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. The program is grounded in the Air Force core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all they do. The cadets are led by Master Sergeant Mike Dubrule.
Merry
All right. And here comes our Grand Marshal, Lieutenant Colonel O'Donnell. He is the son of Air Force pilot and Air Force nurse, and he's a 79 graduate of the United States Air Force Academy and served for 20 years.
Lieutenant Colonel O'Donnell.
Academy, sir.
How are you? Frank Murphy.
Part of the glove.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, sir. It was a great surprise. It was awesome.
Oh, well, they told you when? Today?
Well, I got a call about 2 weeks ago. That was pretty much it. But this is really surprising for me. It's great to see all the people out here today. The Christmas spirit is alive and well, and I'm just thrilled that I could do this.
Now, you're retired now from Karns High School, and you were teacher of the year before that. How long did you teach?
20 years.
My gosh, and it was involved with the ROTC program, and what else?
Junior ROTC program right here at Karns High School.
That was it, 100% of your duties?
100% of my time, yes, sir.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we appreciate that. And how did you get your start in the Air Force yourself?
I started out at the Air Force Academy back in 1979.
Colorado Springs, Colorado?
Colorado Springs, Colorado. Spent 20 years in the Air Force, a short stint at Northwest Airlines, and then somebody said, you need to look into ROTC, and I did. It's been the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And actually, it allowed me to be a part of this great community here at Karns.
So, as we wrap, your word to somebody who might be thinking about an 8th grader maybe, what would your message be to that 8th grader?
You want a challenge? Join ROTC. You're going to be the people that are part of that 1% of the high school who challenge themselves to do something different than everybody else.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Chuck O'Donnell. Appreciate you, and God bless you. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Well, you better catch up. You're supposed to be in front of them. Hey, fairest at the fair. Wait a minute, you guys. What are you doing? I was going to say hi to you.
All right, well, Frank Murphy
was... I've lost the beauty queens.
You did. They went right by.
Hello.
All of our fairest of the fair pageant winners. They were in a hurry, Frank. All right. Coming now, Beaver Ridge United Methodist Church.
That that was hilarious because they told me to talk to Chuck O'Donnell, and then the beauty queens went behind me. I was so mad.
I know, and I didn't want to talk over you, so I waved to them. We saw some of all of the winners that we crowned, like Miss Fair Woman Carrie Clark and several others.
Do you remember when we were doing an event at the Tennessee Valley Fair? Because it was the same day that Carrie Clark won Fair Woman for the whole Tennessee Valley Fair
she
competition.
Did. Yeah.
So we're up to Jeeps, apparently.
Yeah, so these are Jeeps in the wild.
I think we had a lot of Jeeps in the parade last night, too, where you were downtown.
Yes, they
Knoxville.
were, and they were decorated just as beautifully as these ones. And I was just about to make a comment about the duckies, and you can see that one of the Jeeps here does have an inflatable duck on top of their Jeep, because it's a thing amongst Jeep owners that if you see a Jeep that you're impressed by, you put a ducky on their windshield.
Yeah.
So it's a thing amongst Jeep owners. I used to be a Jeep owner, but I'm no longer. So I'm no longer part of that club.
But what I'm saying is, at some point you have to go out and buy ducks.
Yes, but you can order them on Amazon.
Okay.
In bulk, in all sort of styles.
Can you give away the ducks? Can you re-gift the ducks that you've received?
I mean, you can.
It seems like that makes the most sense.
No one would really know, because essentially you're handing the ducks or putting ducks on a complete stranger's hood.
We saw a Jeep with a skeleton in the back seat, so that's...
They've been stuck there since last year.
Here's somebody cranking the sound with the inflatables.
There we go. There's the Christmas music.
You know, I forgot to Google it, but wasn't Elf on the Shelf originally invented in Knoxville?
Yes. Yes, he was.
Okay, because that's what some of these inflatables on the Jeeps remind me of, or the elves on shelves.
They've done a good job. Each Jeep has a different theme.
Oh, sure. So I'm guessing that Jeep owners love the attention?
Yes.
Is that that's what I'm picking up on?
At least these ones do. We've got Skulls Chiropractic. They're the last Jeep that Skulls Family Chiropractic is dedicated to helping the Karns community live healthy, pain-free lives. And they want to thank Karns community for voting them best chiropractic clinic in Knox.
Oh, and they are followed immediately by the Knox County Rescue Squad, which is an important thing. You know, these, if you were to get, who knows, well, you could drive off a hill, you know, you could end up anywhere. They'll pull you out of whatever mess you're in.
Yeah, they're a volunteer agency, and they assist in emergency needs of civilians in both the county and the city. So it's not just here in the county.
It reminds me of, my cousin was in the New York FDNY, Fire Department of New York, and he was at Rescue One. And he designed and reorganized their Rescue One truck to be like a toolkit on wheels. And he would constantly be tweaking it. And after 9/11, after he died, they built the truck that he had designed and named it after him.
Wow.
And but the idea was you got to have every tool at your disposal in the right place. So it's beautiful.
Coming up now, we have the Crossroads Church of God.
Oh, the reason for the season there.
With the nativity scene.
Beautiful. Happy birthday, Jesus. Now, Jesus loved a good balloon, I think. I think he would enjoy the helium balloons as much as anybody if they had them, 2,000 years ago. I mean, he wouldn't have been surprised.
I had a comment, but then I was like, maybe not appropriate. But now I feel like I have to say it. But you know how kids will suck in the helium and make their voice sound? Do you think
Jesus would do that?
Do you think so?
Maybe a prank.
Maybe not. Okay. I apologize.
It's a prank. Yeah.
These are the things that pop in my head, Frank.
Sure, it's certainly possible. I could check. I'll send a letter to the Vatican and see if they can give me a ruling on that.
I would like to know, actually.
Is this the Beaver Creek Kayak Club? Now, I feel bad that I stalled the whole parade with Lieutenant Colonel Chuck O'Donnell, and the beauty queens had to go zipping by. And now, if they had waited, we've got room. We've got a gap in the parade where we could have accommodated the beauty queens.
And you know what I spy?
The
first Grinch of the parade.
Grinch one. All right, so they put that on your bingo card.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Do you like that song?
I love the Grinch movie.
They had it on regular. They showed it on regular TV Thursday night, and on Channel 10 got back, or NBC really got back the rights to the Grinch, to the Frosty the Snowman, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I'll have to look for those.
So my wife and I watched Rudolph last night, and they're going to show it again next week on Thursday night.
Oh.
And we made it through the first hour okay, but fell asleep during the last 15 minutes. I mean, it's an hour and 15 minutes.
It's not a long movie.
No, but the reason it's an hour and 15 minutes is because they added 15 minutes of commercials. So I'm sure I fell asleep
Only
during.
15 minutes of commercials?
Well, more than. But they didn't. At least they didn't cut out any of the. And it's not claymation. What is it called? Animagic.
Is it stop?
It's stop motion.
Stop motion.
But claymation is a different company that uses clay figures. These are. I just listened to a whole podcast about Rankin Bass. I can tell you everything you need to know about Rankin Bass Productions.
Do they still have the characters at Dollywood?
The Rankin Bass character? Oh,
Yeah, do you remember they had them?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I went and had a picture made with Sam the Snowman.
Yeah, same. And it was just, I don't know, again, it's just memories from childhood. It just feels nostalgic, and I love seeing them and watching the movies this time of year.
They're wooden puppets with cloth, so they can flex them. So they were able to move them. They're really just what they are, little wooden figurines, so not clay. But that is more trivia than you probably needed to know about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with Burl Ives.
All right, and now we have the Beaver Creek Kayak Club coming up.
Oh, here we go.
With their inflatables. But I do not believe that these are the inflatables that you actually kayak on.
A lot of the folks involved in the Karns Fair and the Karns Community Christmas Parade, of course, are members of the Beaver Creek Kayak Club. And what they do is they go out every year and clean the garbage out of the creek, and they're making it navigable so that you can actually, I don't know if you can do it today, but at some point soon, if not already, you can take a kayak from here all the way downtown. They're clearing a path.
That's
and I
awesome
think that's
that they're
really,
doing that.
I
But
think
yeah,
that's
I would not
fantastic.
recommend it in today's weather.
No.
I mean, we were joking earlier today. I mean, I literally have heated socks on right now.
With batteries?
Yes, the battery pack.
She got battery
They're
socks.
fully charged.
I'm impressed.
I think somebody gave them to me. My in-laws got them for me a few years ago because I'm always cold.
I want battery
and I'm like,
socks.
Joke's on you. That's one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. I use them all the time in winter.
I think I need all of those things. I think I need a battery vest. I need a battery socks.
They make them all, but you have to be willing to pay the investment.
Well, I've got 3 pair of socks on, and my toes now are cold. And I'm wishing I've got these hand warmers in my gloves. I probably should have put them in my shoes. So I may have to transfer those.
About to say, maybe we can move. We got a heater hidden behind us. I'm like, maybe we can
is it even
move that
working?
up. It is, Frank. It would be a lot colder if it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Well, the Karns High School Band is coming along. They are called the Karns High School Fightin' Beaver Band because, of course, the Karns Beavers, named after Beaver Creek and the actual animals that live here in the Karns community.
Yep, and they are an award-winning band, and they're actually celebrating their 70th anniversary season.
That's outstanding. From its first instrumental program in 1954 to becoming the largest band program in Knox County, the Karns Band continues to represent the absolute best that the Karns community has to offer. no point in talking over the band music because A, they're loud, and B,
They wanna hear the band.
Every band parent wants to hear their kid play, right?
And they sound amazing. I just want to shout out the director of the bands, Jimbo Crawford Jr., and the assistant directors, Nat Gallagher and Javin Gray. I apologize if I mispronounced
Could be
that.
Javon, maybe.
Javon. And then the color guard director is Emily Shirley, and drum major Isabella Janes. And it's a 172-member strong Karns High School Fightin' Beaver band.
Next up is the Karns Church of Christ with a beautiful display. I assume that they got the kind of the silver. That reminds me of the Charlie Brown Christmas, where the Charlie Brown does not want the aluminum Christmas tree. He wants the real deal.
I love it. It sparkles in the
Actually, you know what? Those aluminum Christmas trees are not from the church. They're the support vehicle for the band.
Oh,
You can see
okay.
on the back it says Karns Fightin' Beaver Band.
Oh, yes,
So
it
now
is.
these next vans, these church vans as we would call them, are probably from the church. Karns Church of Christ. And there's folks walking alongside, maybe doing some handouts.
I mean, and let's just say this. Those who are walking in the parade are definitely doing the heavy lifting here. It's a lot harder to walk than ride in this weather.
Well, yeah, because if you're riding in the bus or riding in the van, you can crank the heat a little bit.
Exactly.
You know, granted, the moving is better than standing or sitting still. There you go, Karns Church of Christ. They've got some candy. Are they doing candy?
Yeah, they are. They're handing out candy, so that's always a favorite.
That is such a thing in, I guess, in all community parades, but I didn't note it until I moved to Tennessee, where they would just throw out constant gobs and gobs of candy at Christmas parades and 4th of July parades and whatever parade you can come to.
Sorry, I'm looking behind your shoulder, Frank, because as you're saying that, I'm watching my kids grab some of the candy that they're throwing out. That is why my kids look forward to the parades. Like, I don't care what you're doing, Mom, candy. And it's like a second Halloween to them.
My grandson Artie was visiting for 4th of July, and he insisted on going to a parade, and now I understand why, because he had so much candy that then he left and went back home. I ended up taking his leftover candy and giving it away on Halloween to the kids who came trick-or-treating at my house.
There you go. All right, coming up now, we have the
good. It was good
Summer
stuff.
Night Cruisers. It's one of Knoxville car clubs that was established in 2009. And the regular cruise-ins are at Advance Auto Parts Store in Karns on the 2nd and 4th Fridays from March through October. And you can find them on Facebook at Summer Night Cruisers Knoxville. And look at these beautiful cars and trucks.
Yes, it kind of looks like a combination maybe of, I'm assuming these are all authentic old ones. Sometimes you can get like the ones that look like the ZZ Top car. Those are kind of souped up a bit. You know, that's not the way they looked when they first were built in 30, 40, whatever. But some of these trucks are obviously the way they exactly looked when they were new, and I love it.
I was about to say, I am not the person to ask about the authenticity, but
Nor am I.
They look historical, and they're beautiful, and they sound good. Like, you can hear the motors, and, you know,
Yeah.
what was it, Tim the Toolman Taylor? You know what I'm saying? See, those are my references, Frank.
Sure.
Shows from the 90s.
I remember it well. So they got some Jeeps. I guess I don't know how these Jeeps missed out on the Jeep Club, but I guess they count.
Well, I guess because they're part of the Summer Night Cruisers. And
Yeah.
look, we have one that has bubbles coming off of it.
That's their club. Well, if at any point our director, Chris Wade, tells me to go interview people on the street, I'll run out and do that.
Like, I'm following our Summer Night Cruisers. We've got the Gordon family John Deere tractors.
Those are some good-looking tractors. You know, some of those look somewhat more antique than modern as well. And they are loud. 1938 on one is labeled. That made it easy for me. They look similar. They all kind of.
They all look like classic trailers.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to sneak up on anybody riding one of those.
I don't think they're trying to, Frank. No cow tipping in those.
Well, coming up behind the Gordon family and their John Deere tractors is Bowers Creek Farm, and they also have a classic car, a 1953 Chevy pickup, and that looks Christmassy and beautiful, and I want to get in that car, and I don't know what they would have at Bowers Creek Farm, but I want to go.
Their truck looks like the instead of the red trucks that you see in all like the Christmas decorations, it looks like a cream color. and they've got these beautiful icicles hanging from it. And
They've got a sign that says Santa's Workshop.
Oh.
That's nice. And it looks like they've got one of the beauty pageant queens on the back, maybe, or somebody wearing a tiara.
if she's not facing this way, we can't see who it is.
Missed out who that was. And then Texas Roadhouse, I think, has been in the Karns parade every year that I can remember. They always support the community, and they do multiple parades with their armadillo character, who probably has a name.
He probably does. I don't know that I know his name, but I know that they are at all of the Karns events, and we appreciate them. And they also say that come to Texas Roadhouse in Turkey Creek to get a $5 voucher for every $30 gift card purchases. So if you want a little kickback on your Christmas shopping, there you go.
On the when you watched Friends, you like 90s sitcoms, right?
Yes, sir.
Didn't they have a Hanukkah armadillo? Wasn't that a thing? Or maybe it was the Christmas. I don't think it was a Christmas armadillo. I think Ross tried to get something going.
Friends wasn't one of my prime shows, but I do recall something of an armadillo character.
Farmer and Son Junk and Waste Removal Service is right here, and they've got that funny-looking 70s font on their truck. Family-owned junk and waste removal located in Knoxville. And they are followed quickly by Game Truck.
Yes, Game Truck is a mobile gaming theater with Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switches and 5 TVs of excitement. They've also got laser tag and Gameplex, so you can book your holiday party or birthday event with Game Truck Knoxville.
So you go in there, and it's like an arcade, really. They've got the chairs, and you can play all of the games you see displayed on the outside. So this truck pulls up to your party, and the kids go inside and get to play and have all the fun. It's like they bring the arcade to you.
Exactly. It's a mobile arcade, exactly what you said. Coming up now, we've got Rudder Bus Lines. They proudly serve the Karns community for Knox County schools. Wouldn't it be cool if they could keep the buses decorated during the school week, too? The kids would get a kick out of it.
Why don't they?
Maybe not safe.
These might work on the outside. Here's another fire truck. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there with the fire truck. It says, it's like maybe this is Super Dave, it says.
Yeah, it's Super Dave's.
What is Super Dave?
They're festive.
Hi, Super Dave.
And they're part of the fire department,
Paint and Body. I found it. Somewhere hidden on that truck is Hustle Realty has an empty manger waiting for the birth of Jesus in the back on Christmas Day. Celebrating Advent, really, with the empty crib. It's an interesting take on it. I like that. It's like we do it at church. Don't put the little baby Jesus in the crib until Christmas morning.
And then coming up, Karns High School dance team. They perform at Karns High School home ball games, and they're led by head coach Maria Campen.
Looks like the younger dancers.
Mariah Campen, excuse me.
Younger dancers are on the trailer, and some of the older girls are coming up behind to do a little dance for us, maybe. Stevie Wonder right there.
And I got me dancing in my seat.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see if they're going to stop and perform. Maybe not.
See that? There's a big red line across the street where they're supposed to. Here they go. Oh, look, they're doing it. All right, here we go. But the truck with the music kept going without them. Come on, Becca, sing something.
You don't want me to sing.
Well, I looked up that Stevie Wonder song that they were playing out of that truck because I knew it was from a commercial, and I couldn't remember what commercial it was from, so I Googled it, and the answer was Apple. So I felt a little bad that I didn't Apple it, and the answer was Google, but I Googled it, and the answer was Apple.
But I'm cheap.
That's just the truth. I mean, I'm playing all Christmas songs on Fun 105.9, which is now through, in fact, I'm on at 10 o'clock, so you can tune in later.
You got a packed day, Frank.
Yeah, and but that's one of the songs that I think I've got on today's log. And it's fun, though. I enjoy playing Christmas music because I've got all this trivia in my fingertips. It's an easy gig for a month, and we'll run the songs all the way through December 27th on WGAP Maryville, Fun 105.9.
There it is. Coming up now, we've got Pizza Haas. They are a local pizza sports pub and a local favorite.
I like the inflatable gingerbread people.
And look how they stacked the pizza boxes and decorated them on their float. That was
to show.
Clever.
That's very good. I need to show that to my friend Catherine Frady. She's has some interest in doing an opera with Marble City Opera that has something to do with gingerbread people.
Oh.
I think it's Hansel and Gretel, maybe. Here's the Knox County Democratic Party. They've got some snowman decorations. Hello. I can't see who's driving, though. They remind you that every vote counts.
And Cedar Bluff Community Baptist Church is up next. They have bases their preaching on the 1611 King James Bible, and everyone is welcome. Don't forget that Jesus is the reason for the season.
They've got a crowd in that manger, too. Everybody's huddled for warmth. All right.
All right.
Let's say hi.
Coming up now, Knox County Commissioners Terry Hill, Gina Oster, and Kim Frazier. And Frank is going over to say hi to him.
Hi, Merry Christmas to you. What a great morning, right?
I got a Facebook friend request from Kim.
Oh, you're very lucky. Yeah.
And who else is that? Gina over here?
Gina Oster
And then
Terry.
Terry Hill. Let's go on the other side.
Good to see y'all.
Hi, Gina Oster. How are you? I got to put a quick compliment to you. I got a friend who has some franchises in different jurisdictions. And when he opened the one in your jurisdiction, he said it was the most smooth because of your help.
Andy's. It has been fabulous. We love it. We love it.
Terry.
It's my district, so you all have come to find us in the best district in Knox County.
Knox County Supervisors.
Well, commissioners. We're all commissioners. We
That's
are.
close enough, right?
For Knox County, yes, yes. And we love it. And you can see what a great community we have here. Look how many people have come out in this freezing weather and still coming out and celebrating the season.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Who's driving over here? Mr. Oster? I talked to him at the Bijou Theater. I started talking to you at some event.
We door knocked at your house one time.
That's what it was. I'm surprised I answered. Okay. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Frank. And coming up now, we've got Sims Bus Line, school bus owners and drivers for Knox County Schools, taking our kids safely to and from school. They've got some wonderful decorations as well, and they've got a whole gaggle of people following them, some cute dogs dressed up. Do you see the little gingerbread dog?
Oh, my gosh. There's dogs in the parade. Do you have any pugs? Because I think my friend Bean is watching from London, England, and he is
isn't that last one?
He's got nothing but pugs. He's got pugs all over the place. So many pugs.
Oh,
His,
no,
his,
that
his
was
pugs
not
are called Bubble and Squeak. But sometimes he'll have foster pugs come and visit.
Aw.
Now, wait a second. Those are big dogs. No, those are horses.
Oh, yes. Following Hensley Bus Line, we've got the Weeping Willow Miniature Horse Riding Lessons and Boarding. They offer riding lessons in both English and Western disciplines to students 3 years old and up, all the way through adult amateurs. And they teach both mounted and unmounted horsemanship skills, as well as driving.
Those are cute horses, and they've been in the parade, I think, multiple years. I remember them on our list from last year.
We
That's
saw them
nice.
setting up in the staging area when we were driving past to come here this morning. My kids, the first thing they said are like, I want to ride them, so I guess I need to make a call.
Yeah. And then some of them have longer hair.
I know, they're nice and warm.
The guy from Sanders Plumber, it seems like he's trying to honk out jingle bells on his regular one-note horn. But I think I recognized it.
I don't think that's just a one-note horn, but
Okay,
yeah.
maybe I'm wrong. And he's got a bathroom set back here. Looks like it's the inside of a gingerbread house.
He also has the poop emoji on top of his truck
I wasn't
frame.
going to mention it because that grosses me out. I mean, I can deal with blood and guts, but that's where I draw the line.
And you've got to look at the toilet float. That's great. I mean, and that's why, because you don't want to talk about it, so that's when you call them.
That's humorous. I'll give you that the mobile toilet is funny. I'll give you that.
I mean, I wonder how long it took them to build that, because that's well done.
Oh wait, did they just throw toilet paper at you? They're literally, instead of handing out candy, they're handing out toilet paper.
Necessities.
Lexi Austin, bring that toilet paper over here, because
Oh.
that is comedy. This is actual comedy. Okay.
It says, this is the crappiest gift ever.
Well, then you can have it.
Thanks so much.
Don't say I ever got you nothing, because I got you something. Knox County Schools is represented, and of course we've got Karns Elementary School is right here. We're sitting across the street from, and we got Karns Elementary and Karns Middle on either side of us here at the insurance place. But this is the group from Karns Elementary, and all of these folks are participating and competing for an award to maybe have the most participants or the best school entry. So the awards are on the table
there's
behind
awards
us.
behind us. I know we're kind of blocking them whenever you see
Yeah.
us on screen. But yeah, we've got
Best youth entry, best community entry, best business entry. The Battle of the Schools is
that's the big one.
So whichever school has the most representation, and of course the high school has an advantage because they have that huge band. So everybody else really has to step up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Bumble.
Yep.
They've got the backwards Bumble on there. It looks like he still has his teeth, so it's the beginning of the show where Bumble still has all his teeth, and he's trying to terrorize the folks at the North Pole, yet also put the star on top of the tree. So that's kind of a mishmash. But we watched, I told you, we watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on NBC last night. I only saw up to the part where they extracted all of Bumble's teeth. That's one of the last things. That's the last thing I remember.
Before
yeah.
you passed out on the couch.
Yeah.
What time was that, Frank?
Well, it was around 9, I guess. Maybe 8:45. I don't know.
All right, we've also got Girl Scout Troop 22168 coming up,
That's a long number for a Girl Scout troop. I guess they have a lot of them.
or 22168. No,
Sure.
because I can't remember what it was, but when I was in the Girl Scouts many, many years ago, we had a 5.
Listen. Oh, yay! They did their number. They've had to rhyme like 212. 2468.
Girl Scout cookies are really great.
Were you a Girl Scout?
I was a Daisy, a Brownie, and a Girl Scout. I
So-
was in for a very long time.
So you know all about the cookies.
Yes, and I believe when I first started selling them, they were somewhere around like $1.50 a box.
Oh, well, when I worked
That's how long ago, Frank.
when I worked for Kevin and Bean in Los Angeles, they thought it'd be funny for me to go out and sell all my daughter's Girl Scout cookies like you do at work. Except I sold them to the listeners. We sold 1,000 boxes, and she won the prize for the most
That's awesome.
boxes sold that year. So
Yeah.
here's looks like
This is
Cub
Cub Scouts Pack 5.
Are your boys going to do this? Do Cub Scouts?
We've talked about it a little bit. We're not quite there yet.
I'd recommend. They're a little young, but I'd recommend it because my daughter's got her kids in Scouts. Of course, my daughter's husband is an Eagle Scout, so it makes sense. But they seem to get a lot out of it and do good projects. And they're still young. They're just
Yeah, mine are still a little young, still working on their listening ears. So, don't want to traumatize any troop leaders yet.
Liberty Lawn and Property Services. It's a professional yard maintenance tailored to the needs of residential and commercial properties. Mowing, trimming, edging, fertilizing, weed control, seasonal cleanups, and landscaping enhancements. That sounds like how I spend all my days in the summertime, doing all of those things myself.
Well, because you enjoy doing those things. But for people like me, not so much.
No, I used to,
you can
I
find,
wouldn't go so far as enjoy.
well, you can find them at libertylawntn.com.
Followed by Knoxville TVA Employee Credit Union with their Jeep.
Yep. And then the Girl Scout Troop 22238.
Oh, okay.
So-
Those all sound like Northern Virginia zip codes to me, is what I'm thinking. Holiday Lights installation is the Switch Outdoor Lighting Solutions. I've seen more and more of those advertised around East Tennessee this year. Each year it gets more and more, but it didn't seem to be a thing to me in the past to have.
Have it professionally decorated.
In California, I remember we had guys who did that, but now it seems to have hit this market in a big way. I see the signs all over town. City Wash is pressure washing and roof cleaning.
Yep. They're a family-owned company.
And then Gutter On, they'll clean out your gutters.
So basically, we're going through the home improvement section.
I wonder if these
if there's
companies are all
anything
related. It would seem like a pretty strange coincidence. They'd all be back to back to back to back.
Maybe when you use one, they'll refer the others.
Yeah. Garage Floor Masters, concrete coating for your garage floor. Nice.
Yeah, so basically, if you need anything done with your home, we just got you covered.
Here's a...
Coming up, we've got the Grace Performing Arts Center. That is who's on tap.
I wonder if we have somebody in the... I'm not sure who's in the golf cart. I can't tell. But hello.
It looks like a bunch of elves to me.
Okay. So, acting, art, music, voice at the GPAC, Grace Performing Arts Center. So that's I'm assuming, part of Grace Baptist Church, which is just down the street. They must be affiliated with Grace Christian Academy, too, right?
I believe
They have
so.
some. Grace Christian comes and competes on Scholars Bowl, and they have some real smart students at that school. Part of Grace Baptist Church. And we've... I feel like you and I have done an event there once or twice.
I feel like we have. And coming up, right behind them, we've got Grace Youth Sports. So if, acting, singing's not your thing, maybe sports is.
Yeah.
Their program includes football, soccer, flag football, basketball, and cheer for kindergarten through middle school. So it looks like they've got several floats and they're throwing candy. So always a favorite when they throw candy.
We've gotten none. We've got a roll of toilet paper, so we've gotten out of this deal.
Saves me on our grocery shopping, Frank.
Okay. Now this one says "Go Rams" on it, and I know that is definitely the same as at Grace Christian Academy. They use the Rams as their mascot name.
Merry Christmas!
I was really surprised one year doing this parade when the Grace Christian Academy fishing team went by.
Oh, I remember that.
I couldn't get over it. I'm like, it was one of the Hensley girls who had been in Ferris to the Fair. Was apparently is a champion bass fisher through her school's team, and never occurred to me that schools would have fishing teams.
They have teams for everything nowadays, which is great because I think, when I went to school, like you basically had to do just the main ones. You were either doing sports, you did theater,
Sure.
you did choir. There was pretty much no other options. There wasn't even AV clubs when I was in high school.
Well-
I, would have started much younger if I had.
Well, I'm way older than you, and I actually did have an AV club at my high school.
Really?
I think I was president of it.
Oh, wow. I feel very left out.
Not sure.
All right, coming up now, we've got
This looks like it's still part of the,
Oh, yeah,
the
it
sports.
is.
The
Yeah.
blue and white, Go Rams Go. This is still part of
Yeah.
Grace Youth Sports. They probably are going for one of those
I was about to say, are they going
awards.
for the battle of the schools to see how many people
would
can
think so.
show up? Because they've got quite a few students here. They
Because remember I
looking like a
mentioned
contender.
Grace Christian Academy. I see the GCA and the Ram mascot.
Yeah,
the
the
Ram
mascot's coming up now.
is in the car, or in the trailer, rather.
They got some cute little inflatables. And I love those candy cane decorations. I'm almost like I could feel like, lining my yard in those. I have to see
Well,
where
I'm
we can
sure
get
they're
those.
readily available. I've seen them around town. Some of the neighborhoods have competitions, like mailbox decorating competitions and yard decorating competitions, and you tend to see a lot of those.
Mine, not so much, but my husband did mention he's going to get our Christmas lights put up this weekend. So I'm very excited about that because we did get a few extras this
I like
year.
this. It looks like Snoopy driving a backhoe trying to dig up a Christmas tree as part of Hensley Landscaping. And you notice that name Hensley turns up a lot in the Karns community.
Yes.
They're very active and very involved. And I think they also do foster kids and adopt.
I believe so.
It seems like we always have a lot of Hensleys around, and I'm a great family to be involved locally in Karns.
Coming up now, we've got Armor Gym. They have been helping Knoxville get strong since 2016, and they've got a new location opening in Oak Ridge soon.
The guys got on like the Rocky IV, what do you call it, bathrobe, and then some kind of Sasquatch or maybe some kind of gorilla. I don't know. They're having some fun back there, dressing up for still. They got their Halloween costumes, but they're wearing them for Christmas.
Look, my kids may or may not be using their Halloween bags to collect Christmas candy today. Just saying.
Here's Karns Youth Sports.
Yeah, their cheer team.
Oh, let's see. Maybe we can listen to them for a second. They're talking.
Merry Christmas, y'all. I love them. They are all very spirited.
Nice. We got 2 trucks worth of Karns Youth Sports cheer. I'm going to go say hi to one of our county commissioners.
All right, yeah. Larson J is coming up. He's in the classic green. Might be a Chevy. I don't know. I mentioned previously I'm not quite the authority on classic cars. Larson J is
Hey,
our
Becca,
Knox
do you
County
want some
Commissioner.
Milk Duds or some Skittles? I can pick them up off the street.
Milk Duds. Finally
Looks
getting
like
some candy.
our Commissioner at Large, Larson J. Hi, my name is Frank Murphy. Do you know me?
I
too. Merry Christmas to you.
Good to see you. This is the man who, when he was a TV producer, put a toilet in my house.
That was a long time ago, but I hope it's still working.
Yeah.
So.
And thank you also for coming to an episode of Scholars Bowl. We appreciate you posting about that. What else have you been up to?
Well, just out talking to people and going all over the place. This will be my third Christmas parade of 8, and we're having a great time just celebrating the season.
And tell me about the historic truck that you drive every year.
This is a 51 Ford F2. This is my grandfather's truck, and he was a World War II Army reconnaissance vet, came back from the war, bought himself a truck, and we've kept it in the family for 72 years now, 73 years now.
Oh, I love it. Well, all right, well, take care. Merry Christmas.
Merry
God bless
Christmas
you.
to you. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Let's have lunch sometime.
Absolutely.
Take care.
That's beautiful that they've kept that truck in the family all this time. And following that classic truck is Sutherland Subaru, located in Kingston. And behind them, Karns Baseball. The team is led by head coach Drew Patterson. They are coming off a 4th place district finish in the 2024 season. And the expectations are growing for this youthful team. We got returning players to watch, including Blake Bowers, Brody Miles, Clayton Kelly, Braden Harness, Owen and CJ Burnett, and Isaac Schmidt.
You should do a sportscast. I picked you up some milk duds off the street.
I appreciate it. Finally, some candy. So toilet paper and milk duds. I don't know what you're trying to say, Frank.
You know, I probably should have chosen a different candy. That was. I didn't think about what milk duds look like.
That's okay. They're actually one of my favorites.
That was a bad plan on my part. Because there's some Skittles about to get run over by the truck. I could have grabbed those.
Oh.
That is true about Larson J. He was a TV producer on a show called Ed the Plumber. And they came and filmed an episode at my house. And took a sledgehammer to my toilets and then said on TV, Frank Murphy had a wild party at his house and broke his toilet. I'm like, really? The episode starts with a lie, but I got a new toilet out of the deal.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, coming up now, we've got the Karns High School cheerleaders. They're part of the Spirit program of Karns High School, and they are regularly top 5 program at the TSSAA State Cheer Championship and been recognized for over 24 years as a distinguished academic team for maintaining a 3.5 GPA or higher. So they are not only athletic, but they are smart.
They are racking up the numbers for Karns High School in terms of student participation.
Yep.
I think that they've got a strong chance of taking home the school spirit trophy.
Yeah, this is the football team led by head coach Lee Warren.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that everybody wants to be involved. That makes me happy.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about the Karns community is just how involved the community is.
Yeah.
Because not every place you go has that type of spirit for their community.
It's nice.
People really turn out. It looks like they are slow drag racing. These what are these? Are these ATVs, golf carts? I'm not side by side.
Yeah, utility vehicles. The local market has got a nice painting of Snoopy on the side there for their little banner.
Yeah, so whether you need to fuel up or get a hot meal, they've got you covered. 7322 Oak Ridge Highway.
You don't see a lot of convenience stores represented in parades, but there they are.
Again, we were just talking about Karns shows up.
And it looks like that looks like Mark Kaywood driving his replica Mayberry police car.
Yep, followed by Nathaniel Loy driving a 1980 Chevrolet C10 long bed, and it's modified to look like a National Park Service Park Ranger truck. And I love it. They got the Christmas tree hanging out the back.
And then the one with the tooth is apparently Karns Family Dentistry, a family-owned dental office.
Yep,
Tooth. Oh, I love tooth puns. Truth be told, we heart our patients. Oh, nice.
Coming out, one man and a mower.
That's more than I can count, and that is more than one man.
Yeah, and they've got some more Karns students.
Okay.
So again, trying to win that Battle of the Schools competition. They all got little reindeer ears on.
I got to say thank you to Brent at the other end of the parade, by the way, who is doing the live update of the parade entries, because you don't have to. You can pre-register, but you don't have to for the Karns parade. You just show up and get in line. And he's down there at Ingalls entering all this information into a spreadsheet that is magically appearing on our screen.
Technology is wonderful. This is Girl Scout Troop 20172. They've got 14 girls in 1st and 2nd grade, and they love helping the community.
Now, I had lost count of my Grinches, but here's another one.
I think this is only the 2nd.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
And
maybe they heard our after parade podcast last year and decided to go easy on the Grinches this year.
But I'm wondering about this panther. Is that a Pellissippi panther? What is that? I'm going to interview the Pellissippi panther.
Well, you go find out for us, Frank. So figure out what is this panther with the Grinch shirt on, hanging out with an actual Grinch.
Who's Meredith?
I'm
Meredith, tell me about the first year ever for girls softball at Pellissippi State Community
Our
College.
first year as a softball program at Pellissippi State, and we're really excited. We have a wonderful group of girls, and we're really excited to start in the spring.
Now, is this Pellissippi Panther? It's my first
Yes.
time. Pellissippi Panther.
This is Pax. This is our mascot. He's 1 year old, big buff.
Pax is Latin for peace.
Oh, yes, very nice.
Is that why you named him?
Definitely peace, definitely peace.
Hello, Pax. How are you?
And this is our Grinch.
Oh, now we're counting Grinches too. So there's your hello, Grinch.
Hello.
All right, very good. Not the voice I was expecting. I was kind of going for a little more Boris Karloff, but it's okay. So congratulations,
Thank you.
Meredith. And you got any of the team with you here? All right, we'll bring him camera. All right, thank you, Meredith.
Yeah. So that was Meredith Coach.
Hello, softballers. How are you? What's your position?
I'm a catcher.
Oh, good. So you can direct everyone. Tell them where to go.
Yeah. I got it in the bag.
All right, Pellissippi State Community College women's softball team. Their assistant coach, Jessica Stifler, was actually a Karns High School 2007 softball alumnus. So there's the connection. And following them, we've got Karns Middle School football coming up. Again, just adding up the numbers for Karns schools represented here today. Can we hear what they're saying, though?
They were singing "Merry Christmas to You" or something like that. Maybe they're trying to sing. Are they trying to sing the Mariah Carey song? Because that is, I'd say
I heard a high note.
I'd say it's unrecognizable.
This is Dave's Tree and Stump Service. They're family-owned and operated tree service with over 40 years' experience. They can provide expert tree removal, trimming, stump grinding, and emergency services. And look at all these trucks. They definitely look like they could help you out in a pinch.
Stump grinding is an often overlooked part of the tree removal, and I think I need to have more stumps ground in my house. Is what I'm saying.
Well, it is, because if you just cut it down and if you don't grind it all the way down, you can't replant something in that spot. So it's a thing.
Harbin construction, material hauling, excavation, land clearing, utility preparation, demolition, landscaping, and hardscapes. Fantastic.
And this is Brian Spate Shelter Insurance. Call Brian Spate Shelter Insurance to help with your life, auto, and home policies.
Oh, looks like he's got his own picture right there. He's driving, and it seems to be a match. The guy driving seems to match the face on the poster. That's
So
a
you're saying
win.
we don't have to check his driver's license?
I'm saying that's a win.
We know who that is.
Karns Middle School basketball team. All right, so Karns Middle trying to represent as well. I'm going to go run over and see who I can talk to here.
Yep, so it's 6th grade JV and the varsity teams, and they are led by Monique Gordon. Let's see if that is who Frank is about to go talk to.
Which one's Betsy?
Oh, no, he is going to be talking to Miss
come on over
Betsy
here. Stand over here on
Henderson.
the red line with me. Look at this. We got your sign and everything. So tell me about yourself, Betsy Henderson School Board.
So I'm honored to serve on the Knox County School Board, and I represent the Karns area.
So a lot of students are here today, and there's a competition, you know.
Yes, I'm excited to see the results of that. There's so many kids. I love that the kids are involved. It's festive. They're having fun. It's just a joyous event.
Do you have a bet as to who might win?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm excited to see.
Because, I mean, the high school has brought out the basketball team, the football team, the baseball team, the band.
Yes, I'm excited. They brought out everybody. I think this is the biggest parade that I've seen, that I've been
And
involved
because you're here.
I don't think so, but I'm excited that this parade keeps growing.
All right.
It's a great event.
All right, Betsy, thanks a lot. And you're playing Darlene Love, the greatest Christmas song of all, on the PA system in there. Oh, my gosh, I love it.
What's interesting about that, what you just said, Frank, about the Karns High School school showing out is because now coming up, we've got a ton of the Karns Middle School teams coming up. We've got Karns Middle School basketball, their dance team, the Lady Beaver soccer,
That's
the
good,
Junior
'cause
Honor Society. We've got tons of middle school, so...
I just tried to get Betsy to tell us who is going to win, but she can't. She doesn't know.
No, and you know what? I wouldn't know now, considering, who all's coming up.
That's true. I didn't realize how many more people are still in the parade. This is a long parade.
We'll have to ask after and see if this is a bigger turnout than in years previous.
Well, that's what Betsy said. And I'm not saying she's an expert or anything, but she said it.
She probably knows.
Yeah. So this is cool. So who's the ones with the pink stripe on them?
I believe that's the Karns Middle School dance team.
Okay.
Yep, and they are led by head coach Brittany Janes. And then we've got the Middle Ladies Beaver soccer team. They're the 2024 division champions, and they are led by Amber Cook.
This one says basketball team on the trailer.
Ooh. Did we jump ahead?
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of them. Yeah, well, maybe. They could have gotten a little out of order because now going down to so there's Betsy is way down here. Looks like this is Autumn Care. This is I saw them post on Facebook. I mean, yesterday that they were going to be here. Senior living community.
It looks like they spray painted some snowflake stencils on their windows.
Nice.
That's a cool
Yeah.
effect.
That the Karns Parade shared their post, which is how I saw it.
Okay.
Now I recognize this skanky-looking RV. This is my good friends, the Whidbey family, who have the wonderful historic Cherokee Caverns, and of course they've got Christmas in the Cave every year. I wonder who's driving. They've got cosplay folks who dress up as the characters from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. They've got a cousin Eddie, who obviously. That's supposed to be his RV, and that's a lot of fun stuff they have. You go basically, they've got trick-or-treating in the cave at Halloween, Christmas in the cave, where you go down into the cave where it's always 58 degrees. So even on a cold day like today, it'll feel warm, and vice versa in the summer. We did an opera concert down there on a sweltering hot day in July, and we go down in the cave and it's 58
and
degrees.
And it was delightful.
And it feels delightful, yeah. So
coming up, Frank, this is the Contact Care Line services. They serve as East Tennessee's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. They offer 24/7 compassionate support through calls, chats, and texts for individuals in crisis locally and nationwide.
And looks like a bunch of politicians, or actually, you know what? It's the politicians that are advertising on this float are ones we've already talked to.
Well, yeah, it's the Karns Republican Club, so that makes sense.
Oh, I see. So they came by as elected officials, and here's their campaign crew for Larson and Gina and Kim and a few more. Who else is on that side? Okay.
Max Barbershop coming up.
They've got a bald guy on a barbershop float. I'd like to point that out.
Well, barbershops also do beards and mustaches, and he's got a nice one, so they can probably help with that as well.
Fair enough.
Yep, and they are named Best Barbershop in the Knox Stars Community Choice Awards for the 5th straight year.
All right, this red truck is obviously got Asian characters on it. I'm going to guess it could be Japanese.
And is the steering wheel is on the opposite side of the truck.
Interesting.
I think. Yeah. I wonder how long it takes to learn to drive on the other side.
Some classic Corvette convertible.
Yeah, it's driven by Jan Italio.
That's when I look at it. It says it's a 2002 Corvette convertible. I had to think, is that a classic car? Yeah, I guess it's 22 years old and it still looks brand new. So I guess technically.
At what point does something become classic? How old does it have to be? I mean,
well, I'm still working on it.
20 or 30 years?
I'm not there yet. I know that.
We got American Pro Garage Doors. They're a local garage door company serving Karns in the nearby areas. So you don't think about it much, but when yours doesn't work, who do you call? There you go.
Yeah. Some nicely decorated trucks and trailer rentals.
Yeah, E&E Trailer Rental. So trailer rentals, repairs, welding and fabrication, and they are locally owned here in Karns. And they say, go Beavers.
Another classic John Deere tractor. Yeah. It's got a similar look to that 1938 tractor we saw earlier in the parade.
And that's Gordon's John Deere tractor. So I guess that's Gordon. Hi, Gordon.
There's another classic car, convertible. Looks like a classic truck. Beautiful red convertible with a dog.
Aww. Look at the puppy.
So when you have a classic car like that, I guess you could just go out and ride in as many community parades as you want.
I would. Why not?
And here's the Scholes chiropractic little smart car.
Yep, and they want to thank the Karns community for voting them the best chiropractic clinic in the Knox Stars Community Choice Awards.
And now it is time for the end. The Karns Lions Club brings Santa Claus to wrap up our parade. So thank you to the Lions and thank you to Santa Claus for taking some time out of your busy schedule.
And he's chased by the Grinch.
Oh, come on, Grinch. That Grinch gets around.
Merry Christmas!
Remember I told you I was counting Grinches? I'm starting to suspect that it's the same Grinch who just keeps coming back for the third time now.
I think they got a complex hearing our podcast and you complaining about too many Grinches, Frank.
The Grinch has a flag that says he's on the naughty list and I regret nothing. Hilarious. I should get in the light with you.
I know. Come to the light, Frank. Not that light, but into the light.
Seriously.
Find your spot. Hi.
I'm just saying.
Hi.
I'm just saying. I'm sitting in the shadow over here.
Good thing I don't mind you in my personal space, Frank.
You've known me a long time.
Just shove me over.
Let's wrap it up the parade with, of course, more cars from the Knox County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, thank you for keeping our streets safe and everybody participating and watching the parade safe today.
I guess it's KCSO, Knox County Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
All right. And then the actual traffic that is backed up for miles with just regular folks trying to get home from Ingalls.
I don't think we're going to show that.
No. I guess if you look at the top of your screen, you can just see that's regular traffic back there hoping to get through.
All right. Well, before we end our broadcast today, we do want to do an award, make a gift, if you will.
Beautiful.
Got to move some chairs out of the way here. Come on in here. Here's
Charlie
Austin.
Hey guys, wonderful job today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for
Absolutely.
having us.
What an incredible day for the community. Again, they show their support unbelievably.
Couldn't have done it without you guys and your
largest
group.
parade ever for the community. So thank you guys for coming out. Thank you to the AV department, Mr. Wade, and all your students. We appreciate everything that you guys do to be able to live stream this, put it live onto the air. It's incredible. On behalf of the Karns Fair, we want to present you guys with another check for $500. We appreciate everything you guys are doing for the community, not only with us, but also through all the sports programs and everything at the high school. It's very important.
Well, thank you, Charlie. I just have to give a huge shout out to two of my students who came out here, have been here since before 7 a.m. this morning, out in the cold, getting all this equipment ready. Logan Austin and Byron Gonzalez, thanks to both of them for being out here today as well. It was a huge undertaking, but we enjoy doing it every single year, and we definitely appreciate those funds. They'll go a long ways to get new equipment.
Yeah, you might want to take a picture of this one and do a mobile deposit. I don't think it's going to fit. I don't think it's going to fit in an ATM.
Well, and you know what? It's dry erase. I might be able to add an extra zero or two on there as well.
I mean, we won't tell.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much again from the Fair Board. You guys are always great to work with, so thank you so much for doing this. And of course, Becca and Frank, they're awesome to work with every single year as well. So
thanks for inviting us back.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
So we got you penciled in for next year.
You know it.
I love it. Thank you guys.
All right. That's an important question, actually, because you always have that wonder. You always have that doubt. If they don't send you the email and don't say, hey, can you save the date? You got to, actually scoot more to your side, and I'll scoot
okay,
over
come
to
on,
your-
come on into my personal space,
I'll come
Frank.
into
Here
your
we go.
light. Hello.
Yeah, well, that was funny because this year, Frank and I behind the scenes were texting and whatever, and I was just like, hey, are we confirmed? What time do we need to be there? And Frank's like, I haven't gotten an email. I'm like, well, they said last year that they want us back, so I just assumed.
I know.
It's like I just put it in my calendar and wait for the date every year.
Well, I go through this with many events that I do yearly, and some of them they reach out to you and they send you a letter. And one particular one, I get a call and a letter every July.
Oh wow!
They want to make sure I've got the date saved. They want to make sure. And another one, I literally didn't know until 4 days before that they still wanted me, and I kept checking their Instagram and to see if they had hired another guy to do the gig. Because how would you know? When they do get rid of you, they will eventually just ghost you. I mean, if they don't
I don't think
reach out
anyone
and tell
would
you.
ghost you, Frank.
Oh, they would.
No.
I can show. I got names.
You got receipts?
I got one particular one I can tell you about. You're coming to do the podcast.
I said,
and Becca,
tell me about it next week on the podcast, the Frank and Friends show.
I'm wearing the hoodie here today, so I hope you will find us on Facebook, Instagram, or more likely subscribe on YouTube for free to the Frank and Friends Show podcast. Becca has done a couple of episodes a year, and she'll be back again for another one real soon.
And we do a lot of on the road stuff too,
Tennessee Valley Fair.
Tennessee Valley Fair. We've done some Andy's Frozen Custard events.
Yeah.
Then of course
And
we come out and do a lot of Karns events as well.
And you said you were going to set us up one at a donut shop.
I'm trying.
Okay. They're opening another one out west.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I was just thinking the Ultimate Donut Shop is just down the road,
We could just
and
go there
Mia
now.
has amazing donuts. In fact, she won both main categories at the Tennessee Valley Fair, and so I'm like,
we could just go there now.
we could walk.
Okay.
She's just on the other side of the red light.
I guess that's the end of the broadcast then, because Becca has mentioned donuts. Is there anything else we got to say before we wrap up, Chris? Well, thank you so much for watching on the Karns Network YouTube channel. Of course, you can use this same channel to watch all sorts of Karns sports programs. that Chris and his team of students put on. There's just a whole bunch of upcoming events, and the fact that they're able to do that here and really create a learning experience for high school students.
And you wouldn't know from watching that it's high school students. They're top notch.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's really is great. He's able to get support and donations and budget money to get good equipment, high quality equipment, so the kids are learning really what it takes to go then have a marketable skill in television production. So, congratulations to Chris and all the gang. And congratulations on your check from the Karns Fair. And I guess that's it. Brent, gotta say thank you, Brent, for the updates.
Yep,
thank
did
you,
a great
Charlie.
job.
Thank you, Lexi.
Thank you to everybody who worked behind the scenes on the parade. Y'all did a fabulous job as always. We love being here. Thank you. And most importantly, thank you for watching from home, and Merry Christmas.
And Happy Advent. It's a technicality. Goodbye. I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Becca James.
And we'll talk to you next year.